Conflict between this honorable court and the public defender's office, though the people do not believe that there is such a conflict. The people make this waiver and avoidance of any doubt.
Your Honor, the public defender's office likewise does not believe a conflict exists, but if one does, we also do waive.
All right. And the court, for its part, also does not believe there's a conflict either under Michigan court rules or the cases decided thereunder. To the extent a conflict does exist, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matter. All right. What are we doing on this?
Mr. Anderson, can you please state your name for the record?
Alan Shelby Anderson.
Your Honor, today we are here for sentencing.
Behind you, there somebody has arisen.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'll just put mine on for
The waiver, okay.
No, you're good. Alexander, on behalf of the people seeking permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso. I
am so glad you're here. Permission to practice is granted.
Thank you.
All right, Your Honor, and that's my turn now. So we're here for sentencing. I did review the pre-sentence report with Mr. Anderson. I have a couple of things to place on the record. First, Mr. Anderson, address, I believe, is the address where the victim lives. He will not be returning to that Pasadena address. At this point, he believes he's going to be staying with his daughter in Detroit. Okay. The second thing on the second page, it lists under the self-assessment that he told Ms. Pilara that he has smashed and broken things in the past. He says he did not state that, and he does not admit to any smashing or breaking things in relation to his relationship with Sharon. And
hold on, you said on the second page, where specifically on the second page? Third page.
Third page, correct.
Got it. Okay, go ahead.
And then we would like to clarify the last bullet point says, I feel an excessive dependence or attachment to my partner. When I spoke with him, he wanted the court to know that his dependence on Sharon was because of his health issues. She would help him with medications, getting to and from the doctors, anything like that. Mr. Anderson has trouble reading and writing, so his partner helped him with medical issues and doctors.
Okay.
As for the sentence, I did review it with Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson would like the court to consider sentencing him to a shorter amount of probation time. I believe the recommendation is 12 months. I would ask for 18 months or 24 months, excuse me. Mr. Anderson is 68 years old. He does have significant health issues. He's come before the court and admitted to his behavior as well as the bond violation. I think he's ready to comply with the court orders, complete probation, and wants to get this behind him. He's willing and able to comply with the no go to and no contact order, but would like Your Honor to consider a shorter probation term.
All right. Yeah.
To the judge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your Honor, where?
Go ahead, sir.
Where? Let me get it together because I
okay.
I'm not the monster that I was clarified to be. I've had some problems in my life years ago and went to prison and stuff. And I've been straight. And I guess if it makes me a bad person because I woke up and seen that I was being mistreated. When I say mistreated, using all my money and stuff, and because I asked for my rings back, then I guess that's what it is. I mean, as far as punching somebody, no, I didn't do that. I'm not on that level, Your Honor. And I don't have nobody. I'll be 69 this month. And I I have all of these health issues. And I just want to, I'm not saying I don't want no probation. I just want to get it where I can do this and move on. That's all I'm asking her for. Like I told her, I said, this is a prison sentence. You know.
Just a player on behalf of probation, Your Honor. Probation did go over the recommendation with Mr. Anderson. I know that he dislikes my 2-year probation recommendation. However, you know, as to Mr. Anderson's prior convictions, he does have some assaultive cases on his criminal history. I do know that some of those are dated. However, there is a domestic violence case out of Ohio that is pending that's on bench one status. That's 2014. So probation just wanted to have it put on the record of why the 2-year probation recommendation.
Where? Sentence of the court, I'm going to place you on 24 months probation. I'm going to follow the recommendation of probation. Pay $555 fines and court costs, $720 probation oversight fees. When are you going to be able to pay that, you think? Oh, no. Okay, hold on.
Because I received disability and right. I got to try to find some place to stay, you know, and that ain't even a deposit, the $700 and some dollars that I get. So I guess.
All right, here's what I'll do. The payment plan is arranged by probation. So once you get yourself out and stabilized, you need to make sure that you're keeping in touch with Ms. Blair. Understood?
Yes.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete a domestic violence program as directed by probation. There's to be no contact with Sharon Anderson. You're not to go to the residence or employment of Sharon Anderson. You're not to assault, terrorize, frighten, intimidate, threaten, harass, molest, or stalk anyone. You are not to possess any weapons, firearms, ammunition, or anything fashioned to be a weapon. You are to report to probation as requested by probation. That would include any home visits. You're to comply with any circuit court orders if they exist. I'll continue to GPS tether with the exclusion zone of a 5-mile radius of the 1525 South Pasadena Avenue in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I'll set a review hearing that's to be held April 1st, 2024 at 1 p.m. I'll order 93 days in jail, credit 23 served, and the balance suspended. You must be on the GPS tether prior to your release.
And Your Honor, I just wanted to, he still is on the GPS tether. I can see it on his ankle. It was on when I went and saw him at the jail. I also wanted to have it put on the court record. There is a PPO in place at circuit court with no contact as well. So I just wanted to.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you.
No.
That it? Well, I do have the officer for my search force.
Okay.
And Officer Lambertson, are you there?
I am, Your Honor.
Oh, there you are. Okay, very good. I've reviewed the search warrant. If you'd raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the information contained in the search warrant affidavit are true to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
I do.
Very good. I will sign off on these, and Ann will get these right back over to you guys.
Okay? Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Stay safe, please.
Have a great day.
Court calls the case of Danbury Park versus Carmen Donnell.
Good morning, Your Honor. Michael Zappin, P68107 on behalf of the plaintiff.
Is Dick Donnell here?
I have another item.
Sorry?
There's another item signing in.
Ms. Donnell? Hang on, Council. We had received some communication from
Yes,
her this morning.
I'm here.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Nell.
Had to
All right.
unmute. I apologize.
It's all right. All right. Where are we on this case?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that she has a motion to set aside a default judgment. We have no objection to that. We also submitted documents for a dismissal without prejudice, and new park manager, new apartment complex manager has their paperwork squared away. I don't want to take up the court's time.
Oh, ma'am, you have no objection to that?
Your Honor, right now it's I don't. This is the first time I've heard of this.
Good morning. Is this for Donnell Carmen?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hello, Judge Sherry Riley, the new property manager at Danbury Park. I'm just
yes, ma'am.
Is this the case for Donnell, Carmen Donnell?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm just Mr. Donnell. Hold on. Everybody stop for a minute. Mr. Donnell?
Yes, Your Honor.
You filed a motion to set aside the default judgment, right?
Yes.
And they're not objecting to the setting aside of the default judgment. And they're also seeking to dismiss the case.
Okay.
No, sir.
And what I asked is whether or not you had a problem with that.
Your Honor, she just said no. So
she said no what?
That they're not agreeing to do that. I don't know what's going on. This is so
me either now.
I know it went from 4,000 to almost 15,000 right now, so that's why I'm not understanding what's going on, and I don't know.
All right, let me start again. Counsel, my understanding is this was the defendant's motion to set aside the default judgment, right?
That's correct, Your Honor. And
that plaintiff was not opposing that.
That is the records that I have, and I got those from my partner. If the manager from Danbury can speak to that, I don't know if they have their numbers squared away. That we're going to dismiss it and then refile.
Okay, they may refile, but for this, my understanding is they're setting it aside and dismissing the case.
Because if my park manager has different information, that's just what I have in my records here. She's on the line. Could you address that from Danbury?
Absolutely. It was to be as if she followed through with the payment plan that was set up by Huck. I did speak with the representative from the Hawk program at SOS Services, and they were only willing to pay up to $2,000. No other funds had been resolved. There's no resolution to the issue, and the documents have not been completed. Responsibility for the resident. I am new to the property. I've come on the 10th, but I've reviewed all her file, and she has not been compliant. It was to be dismissed if she were compliant.
That's not true. I recertified last year. After my recertification, I never received anything from you all. You're new. This is really old. I recertified. At that point, it said I owed $4,000. Right now, it says close to 15. I needed a copy of my recertification. I never got a copy of my recertification paperwork stating that I had no income, so the rent should have been zero. No, that's the issue. I never received anything as far as my recertification. And I did recertify.
And I believe that is true, Your Honor. I guess at this point, if I could just seek an adjournment, I'll leave it to the court's discretion.
Really? That's where I was headed anyway. Okay, folks. Somehow or another, everybody needs to get this resolved. I don't have a sticker.
Yes, Your Honor. I wanted to say on the record, I've been up to that office numerous times. I've called over the course of a year. Either if no one's in the office, they never answer the phone. I mean, Hawk gave up on me because they couldn't get through to management. We're just now getting through to management because this could have been resolved last year.
Okay, if you could both, since you're having a communication problem, you could both call my office. We're in our office from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. If
I've tried to do that. I've tried to call you guys. I'm getting no help. Okay. I had a lawyer that was working with me. He don't even want to work with me because there's no correspondence. There's no one to help me. I'm doing this by myself. So now it's $15,000. I don't understand that. How?
Okay, Ms. Donnell?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I'm really upset.
I can tell.
It's going nowhere, Your Honor. It's going next month. It's going to be $20,000 in a minute.
Okay, I don't know that. All I can say is this: what counsel's indicated is that both you and the property manager need to call his office, and then you guys can have a discussion. It doesn't mean that you have to agree, but at least you can agree on exactly what anybody wants the court to do. Okay, so Ms. Donnell, can you do that for me?
Yes, Your Honor. I need my recertification that when I recertified last year. That for some reason they've lost that. And now they're charging market rent from what I understand. And it's $1,300 a month. Can you believe that? For here, $1,300 a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have your...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Okay. So you don't have your
I recertified last March. Last March, I recertified in their office. I filled out the necessary paperwork did the recertification. And at that time, I was getting unemployment, which ended in April. So that following month, my unemployment had ended and my income would have went down to zero, but I filled out the paperwork and everything and submitted everything I was supposed to submit. I never received any correspondence after that. I haven't been able to get in touch with anyone in that office.
All right, Ms. Donnell.
Yes,
let's do this. You got a property manager that's new, and you got certain information that she may not have. Okay. So why don't you contact counsel's office? He'll get in touch with his clients, and maybe you guys can have a meeting to try to clarify all of those issues. Okay.
Yes, sure.
All right. Let me adjourn this matter out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I'll adjourn it to, March 5th, 2024, 9 a.m. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Donald, if you want to call me after 2:30 today, I'll be done with my hearings for the day.
Absolutely. I'll do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Anne, you told me that was going to be easy. You certainly did. You certainly did. So I'm not taking any more files from you. Oh boy. Mr. Weiss, really? All right. Group 5 versus Roderick Smith.
Morning, Your Honor. Bob Weiss appearing on behalf of Group 5.
Your name, sir?
How you doing, Your Honor? Roderick Smith.
Thank you. All right, where are we, Jim?
The last time we were here, you told us to go in the hall and make an arrangement. At that point in time, I agreed with Mr. Smith to waive the late fees, but not the month-to-month fees. We have prepared a consent judgment at that point in time for $1,755, which includes $217 in court costs, plus the January's rent and the month-to-month fee. He was to have paid it by January 29th, 2024. He hasn't paid it yet. So we're here right now in January, and I'd like the ability to add the February's rent and late charge to that amount. Because February's rent has not been paid either.
Well, but you said you had the judgment, but you didn't enter that. I didn't sign that judgment.
No, you didn't sign the judgment. I had submitted it to the court. The court set it up for hearing because they wanted to put the consent on their record. I have the judgment here, but the time for payment of that amount has expired. So I didn't know what the court wanted to do.
All right. Sir, what's your position?
Yeah, Your Honor. So I agree with the terms of what's owed, but I would like to certify my rights in subrogation and settle the account.
Do what?
Certify my rights under subrogation and settle the account.
What does that mean?
In equity, settle this account because this has to do with equity.
That's to do with non-payment of rent.
Still, it's equity. That's what we're dealing with. So I do have a right to subrogation, and I would like to certify my rights to subrogation and settle the account.
You have a right to subrogation, you're saying?
Correct.
Explain that to me.
Explain it to me.
I mean, that's basically what it is, Your Honor. It's my right. I mean, I would assume that the court would understand.
Explain what you think that means.
When a third party intervenes to take place or pay.
Okay, so who's the third party?
Basically, it's under my estate where they're administrating the claim from.
What estate?
My all caps name.
Your all caps name.
Correct.
Okay. So, first of all, under what you just explained to me, there is no right of subrogation.
So we can't settle the account under subrogation?
You can settle not under subrogation. What you've explained is not subrogation.
I mean, if you want me to actually give you the definition.
Oh, I understand what subrogation means. I was checking whether you do, because what you're saying is not subrogation. So
that's how I would like to settle the account, Your Honor.
Well, settling the account and subrogation are two separate things.
Okay.
So if you want to settle the account, you need to pay it.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
All right, no problem.
Okay. So, Mr. Weiss, with February's rent, how much is owed?
With February's rent, sticking to the deal that Mr. Smith and I made last week, waiving the $225 in prior late fees, not including February's late fee, which is now due. Amount owing would be $31.93, which includes the $217 in court costs. $31.93.
Could I get a statement of that as well?
Well, I'll put it in the judgment.
All right. And how much time does he have to get that paid?
10 days.
You could allot me, Your Honor.
I can give him up to the 20th.
Mr. Weiss, don't interrupt. Go ahead. What?
Yeah, that's fine. To the 20th.
I'll give him to the 20th.
That should be enough time.
So you're not disputing the figure?
No, sir.
And The parties are agreeable and the court would agree to go to the 20th of February.
Correct.
All right.
The court will bear with me. I will.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to indicate, I'm going to find that there's no tribal issue after hearing rather than a consent judgment. And I will enter that judgment. So you'll have till that date to get that paid. You understand that?
Yes.
Wasn't that easier than the last case, Your Honor?
Not really. It almost went south.
I know you made a face when I come up here.
Let him take a look at it. All right.
It's also a money judgment.
You've looked at over.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have any questions regarding anything contained on this?
No, sir.
All right. So I'm going to sign this, okay? And then if you need a copy, you can pick up a copy up front at the front counter.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I signed off. I'll enter that judgment. You guys are all set.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Your Honor, to remind you, we're not here for a decision or for a hearing. We're here for you to help us resolve the case again.
So,
Morning, Your Honor.
good morning.
Kelly Doritos from Legal Services on behalf of Ms. Fry.
Okay.
On behalf of Ms. Fry and Ms. Fry.
Okay. Have the parties talked at all, or? I know you wanted me involved, and I'll be more than happy to talk to the parties. I don't have a problem doing that. Are we close? You're close, not close?
Are you participating?
Depends on what your answer is.
Well, my answer depends. If yes, then we are close.
Okay. All right. Then I know I called you up here. Let me pass it. Let me try to take care of some things and
thank you.
Thank you.
Do that. Was there another one that we were doing that with?
Well, I have Mr. Brown, Gulfside Lake, and that's the ledger issue. I have Miss Dude here to go over the ledger, but I know that you have a copy.
Is he here?
He's here.
Mr. Brown. Okay, there he is. Okay. No, I'll do that at the same time because I'm going to have to go through a ledger on that. And Mr. Brown, on that case, you went through the ledger?
Yeah, I spoke. Well, I talked to Melissa. She said she's a regular rate. Yeah. I just need to know how much I owe right now. I know I owe February.
Well, you don't know how much you owe?
I know I owe February, but I just don't know if there's more than that.
Have you? What?
Want me to speak for it now?
Your Honor, if you give him the 3-day rule now and we can work it out, then we'll go outside. He could sign and leave if we can resolve it.
I already made 2 payments today, so $500. I mean, I made a $500 payment today.
You guys have that payment, or?
Yeah, $250 in escrow, and then I made a $250 payment this morning.
You're into court escrow.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the total I have right now is $1,300.
I'll call the case of Gulfside versus Brown since we're talking about it. Well, go ahead.
James Fink for the plaintiff.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Your Honor, I have a total of $1,300 even in rent and $159 costs, making the total redemption amount $1,459. That's as of yesterday.
No. What do you have in his escrow?
Except my client removed 2 late fees.
Okay.
And so he is now at $1,159. That's the total.
I'm fine with that.
You're what?
I'm saying I'm fine with that amount.
Okay, but
That's $250
And then I have a receipt for another payment that I made through my actual bank account. I have the receipt for it.
Hold on. You made it to who?
To them, to Gulfside.
Oh, you paid it directly
this morning
to
at 7:30 this morning. I did it
okay,
online.
so okay,
Sorry.
hold on. No, you're good. So you paid $250 this morning.
Yes.
And then you paid, and then we have $250.
Yes.
So that takes, but you don't.
You pay $5 or $250?
I paid $250 to the court and then $250 to directly to Gulfside Lake.
But that figure that you gave me, the 1159, doesn't include that 250.
That's correct.
So 500 realistically comes off of that, so that we're at 659.
I'm asking the court, can I have time to pay it? Can I have until the 23rd to pay it?
He'll incur late fees. The redemption date
really
would be the 16th. Your Honor, they already knocked off 300.
But that's because of an issue that happened in July that they overcharged me on rent. So that's why I got the late fees back.
I'm in trouble, but yes.
Okay.
23rd.
Let's give it to the 20th. I mean, he's made 2 good faith payments, and then
thank you.
Your Honor, that'll be a judgment so that we don't have to do anything except just file for the writ.
Right. And we can just do that after hearing, finding no tribal issue, because there isn't a tribal issue for me. Okay, Mr. Brown, you're good?
With the amount, yes. And
with the amount, and they're giving you to the 23rd.
So the remaining is 6. So just so I have it correctly.
I have 659 if we get the 250, which I'll put onto the judgment that is to be released and credited for that the court has.
Right.
And if we get the payment that he said he made, and I'm not doubting that he made the payment. We've been through this before, and I trust you.
I know.
But we got to get it.
Right.
In
so once that's a total of 500 once that happens. And then, the 659 should do it.
Okay.
He should stay in close contact with Ms. Dute starting maybe on the 16th to make sure that we are all
who's that?
In the same place.
I don't know who he's talking about.
Melissa.
Oh, I don't know her last name. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about half the time either, but I get you. All right. So if we do that, then you're going to be all set.
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Brown, the only reason that I push that is because you did what you told me you were going to do. And I appreciate it that you worked through it and you're going to get that done. Okay.
All right.
So now I'm going to sign off on this judgment.
Okay.
Okay. And you understand that if you don't get all this paid by the 23rd, they're pushing it out a little bit. If you don't get it paid by the 23rd, they're going to file for an order of eviction.
John, I'm going to give Mr. Brown my copy of the ledger that shows that credit so that he can see where we are as of right now.
Okay.
And I've made a couple notes on there about the 250 and the 250, but so I just don't want there to be any confusion.
Right. And I don't think there is. You understand everything, correct?
Correct.
23rd, get it paid.
Yes.
All right. I've signed it. You can pick up a copy out front.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is Bridget Taylor. Right here.
Hi, I'm here.
Pardon?
I'm here.
Login, right?
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Evergreen versus Bridget Taylor.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. I got to move on to the next case, people, because I want to get home for dinner. Hello.
Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, I know you're here. I'm trying to get them to listen to me.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe not.
Your Honor, could we recall this matter?
Pardon?
Could we recall this matter after a little bit? There's I'm gonna request that they pay escrow, pay
Pay the 220 to escrow?
Yes, because I think my client's offices are closed today, and so I don't want them to not be able to pay.
Okay, I'll just write it in the file. They can pay it to the court.
Okay.
It has to be cash, folks.
Cash. But they're open till 4:30.
Evergreen versus Bridget Taylor. Again. And Miss Taylor, I do know that you're there. I just have to get the other people to pay attention.
Yes, ma'am. Jillian Egan for plaintiff.
Oh, they're here for them? Yes. Or for Miss Taylor? All right.
On a semi
Go
day,
ahead.
Rich requesting to appear under 8.120 under the supervision of David Santa Croce.
Really? You did that? You're requesting to appear pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Mr. Santa Croce. That's what you meant to say. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, since that's what I heard. Has she been before me before? Okay, now I remember those two. All right, and I do appreciate the background, Mr. Santa Croce.
I think I felt like you needed it after that.
Yeah, I did. I do appreciate it. And because of that, he wins. No. I know. You could have worn red though, but no. Alrighty. What are we doing on this case, folks?
Your Honor.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, counsel.
Your Honor, this is a non-payment case. Ms. Taylor has already surrendered the apartment. So to our understanding, the plaintiff's complaint is now moot. So we would move for a voluntary dismissal of our counterclaims under 2.504 A1.
Wow. No, that was impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know what it meant, but no, I'm kidding. Okay.
So, is it my understanding that you guys we'll just dismiss both the counterclaims and the complaint without prejudice, and let the rest of it kind of go as
the other claims, it can be litigated separately.
All right.
What
So
the plaintiffs want.
this case, both as to the principal claim and counterclaims, is dismissed. All right. Thank you. Let's have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case of Hamilton Crossing 2 versus Jessica Jackson.
Jillian Egan for plaintiff.
Hello. Hello, what's your name?
Jessica Jackson.
Okay, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I have a current balance so this one also February rent has not been added on. Balance as of the end of January, including court costs, was $2,063. I anticipate, unless something has changed, February rent should be $625.
Should be how much?
$625.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, how are you intending on getting this paid?
I'm going to pay it today.
Huh?
I'm going to pay it today.
Okay.
My funds have not been released. My paycheck has not been released, but it says by the end of the day. So by the end of the day, they will have a money order with February's rent.
So you're going to pay everything, including that, by the end of the day?
Yes.
You just made my day. All right. As soon as you get that done. So here's what I'll do. I'm just going to adjourn it over for a placeholder date to the 16th, 2024 at 12 noon. If you get that all paid, you don't need to come back and see me.
Okay.
I'd love to see you, but you don't need to come back and see me.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Have a good weekend.
You do the same. Hamilton Crossing 2 versus Joshua Meyer. And Sharice Meyer.
Good afternoon, Sharice Meyer here.
Okay, you got her.
Jillian Engen for plaintiff.
Okay, what's the claim in this case?
Your Honor, before February rent, I have a total of $7,186. I anticipate rent to be, if it's the same as January, $735.
They had filed a rental assistance form timely. Has that been processed, ma'am?
No, not yet. I believe it is in process. I did receive an email from my caseworker yesterday requesting the provider number for Hamilton Crossing 2 so that she can verify eligibility. She did say in the email that the maximum amount they would assist with is $870, and I would have to find funding for the rest before they would pay that.
Right. And then have you contacted Hawk?
I have not yet called Hawk. I can do that today. I did pay on the 26th when I had the first hearing. I said I would pay the $735. That was done the same day. And on the 10th, my husband gets his paycheck and we will pay another $735.
Okay, so you're going to pay $735 today.
No,
Is that right?
Not today. On the 10th.
On the 10th. Okay, so $735 yes. On the 10th.
And $735 was paid on the 26th.
Right. Okay. And I don't know if you have that on your ledger that you do. Okay. So then, all right. Okay, so we have a rental assistance form. So that's going to grant her a stay. I'm going to give her a stay to the 16th in any event. So, ma'am, you need to get through to Hawk as soon as you can. I am going to grant a stay on the case pursuant to the court rule. I'll adjourn this matter out to February 16th, 2024, 12 noon. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
New Park Ridge Apartments versus Dominique Brown. Hello.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Dominique Brown.
All right. And what is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, I have a current balance, again, as of the end of January, of $797.19.
Oh, 700, I'm sorry.
$797.19.
Okay. And then there's February rent.
Which is probably $616.
Okay. All right. How are you going to get this paid, lady?
I get paid on the 9th of this month, so I'm hoping to pay something, but yeah, I have 2 checks this month, so I'm looking
okay. No, I got you. Okay, tell me what you're thinking about how you're going to get this paid.
Go buy my checks.
Okay. Yeah, no, you absolutely answered my question, but let me put it this way. You get a check on the 9th.
That is correct.
Okay, so how much are you going to be able to pay on the 9th?
Honestly, I don't know. Hopefully 500, but I don't.
Okay. Let me ask you this. You don't know because you don't know what your check's going to look like?
That is correct. Oh. Because for the court days I've been missing, so I don't get paid for it. It's unpaid. So I don't know.
Okay. Okay. When they indicate that you're going to pay $500 on the 9th, Okay, or 10th, somewhere around there, that you're gonna pay that, okay, 500. I'm going to adjourn the matter out to the 16th, 2024 at 12 noon. I wanna, when you're at work, you can get on your phone.
That is
at a hearing.
yes.
Okay, so rather than you miss work, we're gonna give you a form. You need to fill that out before you leave so that you're not missing work.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll let you come in by Zoom.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
You're nervous, aren't you?
Yes.
Why? Is it something I did?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm nervous too.
Yeah.
It was probably me. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm sure it was you. We just didn't want to say it. All right. Okay, we'll see you on the 16th. Get that form filled out so that you don't miss any more work.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. New Park Ridge versus Angelo Jenkins. Is he the one you had to yell at about the hat? This gentleman came into a room, didn't take his hat off? Is that it? Okay. You want me to hold that against him? No, he's good. All right. What's your name?
Angelo Jenkins.
Yeah, all right. He's like, oh man, I don't know what I want to do. All right, what's the claim in this case? Hold on.
I have a balance as of the end of January of $5,111. It rent for February is $975. Then that would bring the total to $6,086.
$6,086. Okay. All right. You had indicated at the last hearing you're going to pay $2,000 by Monday.
Yeah, I paid $1,700 Monday, and I'm gonna pay $1,500 today and another $500 tomorrow.
Okay, hold on a second. You said you paid $1,700 on Monday. What day?
Monday
of this week.
Yep.
That was what, the 20? I'm looking at the wrong one. 29. Okay, and then you said you were going to pay what now?
$500 today and $500 tomorrow. $1,000, pretty much all together.
Okay, so you're going to pay.
I'm also do $1,000 every 2 weeks.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you're going to pay $500 on Monday. Today.
And I put it in there. I can't get no more money out until tomorrow, so I'll put another $500 there.
Oh, and tomorrow. Okay, so by Monday the 5th, you'll pay the $1,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm going to put by the 5th.
Mr. Jenkins, how did you make that $1,700 payment?
Money order.
Okay, it's just not on the ledger yet, so that would reduce his balance.
Yeah, that would reduce it down, and then if he pays the $1,000, I don't know that we're going to be able to work out that payment plan that you have in mind. Have you applied for any assistance at all?
I have. They kept denying me because what happened was I waited for the eviction when I got it in November. They didn't give me one until January, and so nobody wanted to help me. So I waited. If I knew that, I would have been trying to pay it up on purpose, and it would probably be paid off by now. It would have been zero. But it was so high that nobody wouldn't help me. So I'm just gonna knock it down like I would have been doing.
No, I hear you. But so did you contact Hawk?
I contact Hawk, but contact a few.
Did they give you an appointment?
Nope, they denied me because I was making too much money, I guess. So I'm just gonna pay it off.
Okay, you're gonna have to try to work something out with your landlord because you're not gonna be able. I can give you time to try to do that if you paid the 17 and you get the 1,000 in, because that basically knocks your balance in half.
Right.
But let you try to work out something with the landlord. I'll adjourn this out to the 16th for you to try to see what can be done in terms of that. Okay.
Okay. I also need a paper so I can't be missing work still. Also, I'm supposed to be there now. So yeah.
But if you come back in here, you're gonna take your hat off, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as we learn something, I'll do it.
Okay.
So February 16, 2024 at 12 p.m. All right, sir. Thank you. New Park Ridge versus Regina Gardner. Hello. What's your name?
Regina Gardner.
Okay. Appreciate. This is Miss Gardner. What's the claim in her case?
Jillian for plaintiff, as of January 31st, $1,751.
Okay, and then her monthly rent is?
Sorry.
How much is your monthly rent?
Zero.
Zero?
Yes, I'm supposed to be on a payment plan, $50 a month. Oh yeah. I'm trying to figure out.
Huh?
I'm like, I ain't supposed to be here.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm scared.
You're what?
I'm nervous too.
You're nervous? Why is everybody nervous? I'm one of the nicest guys I know. All right. So just slow down because I wasn't there. So I gotta be educated on it. Okay.
Okay.
So your rent is now zero.
Yes.
So we're not going to worry about anything going. So nothing got added for February. Be added. Okay. You're at zero. So we just have this balance.
Right.
And now you were telling me that there was supposed to be a payment plan.
Correct.
Of $50 per month.
Yes, I paid it last month. I'm supposed to pay it this month too. And she said it was in my notes, but I paid it and I got to pay it again. But I'm supposed to be on a payment plan to pay without.
I got you. All right. You got to calm down because you're giving me all work. All right. So, do you know anything about the payment plan?
I do not, but if your honor would want to put it over to the 16th, I can
all right.
Look into it.
Will that be okay with you?
Yes.
You be able to come back in here and not be stressing out like this?
Yes, but the question is, do the $50 even show in the literature that I've been paying? Like,
okay, back up a minute. You told us this. Counsel for the plaintiff doesn't know anything about it right now, okay? But I don't know. Do you see I think what she wants to know, did last month's 50, if you have a ledger, did that show up?
I see a payment of $50 on the 10th.
Does that help you?
Yes, it does.
All right. All right. All right. I'm going to adjourn it to February 16th, 2024 at 12 noon.
Okay.
All right. And you're going to come back in here all relaxed, like, like this is normal. Right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. New Park Ridge versus Treasurer Wallace Douglas. Hello. What's your name?
Treasurer Wallace Douglas.
I like that first name. All right. What's a claim in this case?
Jillian Aiken, plaintiff, honor, rent as of the end of, or total as of the end of January of $1,025. It looks like there is not going to be rent added on.
Because you're zero.
I am zero.
Okay. So in terms of this balance, how are you going to get that?
So.
Uh-oh. We might start.
So to be honest,
might start out so, and then put her head to the side. I'm going to hear.
To be honest, I don't even understand where this balance comes from.
Okay. That's why that though.
But what I did do is apply for a SER.
Okay.
Because I got 4 children and I can't afford to be on the street. So the SER denied me. I do have I did an intake with Hawk. So I have an upcoming meeting with them on March 12th.
Okay. All right.
So I'm just working it out. If you could get them to answer the phone and help me out, understand.
Whoa. Gee.
That's tired.
Okay. Just slow down. All right.
Let me.
No, I get why you may be nervous. Okay, so first of all, just appreciate this. Nothing's gonna happen to you or your mate until I say so, and I haven't said so, so don't need to worry about that. Okay, so just take it down.
I am. I'm a little frustrated. So this is my first time to really be able to speak up, but I'm gonna be quiet because you said something.
Oh no, girl, go ahead and speak if you want to speak. I ain't getting in the way of that. You.
We can wrap it. I mean, you can let me know where the proceedings go, where we go from.
Oh, okay. All right. So first thing is relax about it. I get the frustration. We're gonna figure it out. Okay.
Okay.
Promise you that. Do we know where this balance comes from?
I'm looking, Your Honor. The ledger has a fair bit of adjustments.
How, ma'am? How?
Get a full ledger.
Okay, it has to be a full ledger. Okay. How long have you been at zero?
For quite a while. So I just recently gave birth. I didn't work my whole pregnancy. So
okay.
The last time I was working was 2021.
Got it. Okay. The reason I'm asking is because then that means this probably goes back a ways.
Yeah.
If anything. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do this. And congratulations if you just gave birth.
Thank you.
Okay. Is that the one back there?
She's the one back there.
Where?
Taking on the move.
That one right there?
My baby. Yep.
In the yellow?
Yes, that's her.
Oh.
She's adorable. Thank you.
That's a cutie. Now we'll be in a good mood now. All right. She got something to say. Just like mama had something to say. All right. So here's what I'll do. Since it's not going to go out and give time to investigate it and everything, I'm going to put you out to the 23rd.
Okay.
This month. Okay. So 23rd, 2024 at 1 p.m. And so that'll give them time because they're going to have to go back. I think they're going to probably have to go back in this ledger to try to figure it out.
Yes, sir.
And then even in that time, if it's something that you are required to pay, then we can look at trying to work that out as to how that's done over time.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
You sure?
I am absolutely sure.
Okay. You got anything else you want to say? Because I don't want you leaving here saying he wouldn't let me.
Just throw the whole complex away. Okay.
You're good? Okay. We'll see you on the 23rd. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, yes, Amy. Thank you for coming. New Park Ridge Apartments versus Destin. Is it Diavinga? Your name, sir?
Destin Diavinga.
All right. And do they not time stamp anything? Oh, on the 31st, you follow. All right. Okay, sir. All right. So first thing is he's going to get a stay, but what's the claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have as of January 31st, including court costs, $4,792. And I'm going off of the ledger. It looks like February rent is likely to be $738, which would put it at $5,530.
Got it. All right, sir, how were you intending to try to get that paid?
I came to court on the Zoom last Friday on the 26th.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I was going to pay $400, which I did. Then he asked me to get proof of my ACR application.
You got that in?
Which I brought in. Today, I'm actually going to pay like $1,000.
Today?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to pay $1,000 today. Let me hold 1 second. Miss, do you see his $400 payment in or no? When did you say you paid that?
On the 26th.
26th? Okay.
Last Friday.
Last Monday or Friday. Gotcha.
I don't see it on the ledger for the 26th. The last one I have is $400 on the 10th. Is that, I mean, did you pay $400? I don't know.
On the 10th also, but yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure that we're.
But my recent one is on.
So on January 10th, you paid 400.
Right.
You paid another 400, which doesn't show up. You're going to pay 1,000 today. Great. Okay. So you're going to pay 1,000 today. And then what's your plan for trying to get the rest of this?
I got on the phone with Hawk last Friday. I have an appointment for like March 12th. I also did apply for my taxes, which should be getting to me by like the February 27th, they say. So
yeah, okay.
You know,
let me depend on the federal government. Okay, so here's what we'll do. He's entitled to a stay in any event. So I'm going to, so we can at least make sure these payments are in.
Right. Also, Your Honor, if I may say.
Yes, go ahead.
This payment is like, when I moved in, my rent was like $480. So the people that was there before, they were making me paying $480. New management came in, rent got raised higher. So that's where, this is the back pay rent from that time I was paying $480 till now to $738. They charged me the time that I was paying the $480, I wasn't paying the full amount. That's what they're charging me now. This is not a balance that I'm not paying rent. This is a balance that is owed because my rent was only $480 and they say it was too low. So this is what it is. That's
okay. Do you know anything about that?
I do not. I would probably, the ledger that I have, the oldest ledger that I have is goes back through October of 2023. And so I would need to look at the full ledger, but it might be there was an adjustment. But I think that would just have to be.
Okay. I know, I hear you, but if it's an adjustment and a proper adjustment, then I think that
Your Honor, may I ask Mr. Gaminga a question?
Yeah.
When is the last time you submitted the certification?
I just did before I made this payment.
Okay. So is that
right, it could be a recertification issue, but if it's a recertification issue, then I don't want to say this. I know that at this particular place there was a change in manager.
Yes.
And if it's a recertification issue, I think that those cases where he can stay on top of what is his current rent, they're going to have to work out something with these folks, because you can't come to me and say, oh, I got to pay whatever, and then him be under the threat of trying to get it done within that period of time.
That's basically what happened to me. Like, once they changed the management, from the management that was there before, I recertified, my rent was still $480. New management came in, they did their numbers, they say, no, you owe all this time you've been paying $480, you owe us.
I hear you.
The full.
I see. I understand. So it was retroactive.
There you go. Something like that.
Right, but if it's if he came in and recertified, and the management company tells them you're supposed to pay, say, $500. I'm just using a number. And then somebody else comes in and then says, well, no, they were wrong. You should be paying this. Something's got to be worked out with it.
I understand.
Is what I'm getting at, because I just, okay.
Yeah, I think we'll probably look into these.
Okay. All right. So, City Venga, we'll see you on the 16th at 12 noon.
Yeah.
12 noon.
Can it be Zoom? Because I'm missing.
Well, I got you. We'll give you a form. Fill it out.
Okay. I mean, I just didn't want to take off work again next Friday.
You don't want to come see me either. That's fine.
No,
That's fine. No, I'm not taking it personal.
Okay.
Nobody wants to be in my presence. See, this is what I'm talking about. New Park Ridge versus Marie Richardson.
Jillian Aiken for plaintiff.
Hello.
Hello. What's your name?
Marie Richardson.
Oh, she came up here, unfolded some paper. She got something to tell me.
I got a lot.
No. I saw that look on your face. I said, oh boy, here we go. Hold on a moment. Let me get one piece of information. What's the claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have a balance of $6,441.04.
That doesn't include her February because I had that number before, plus her February. What's your monthly rent, ma'am?
510.
510. Okay, gotcha. Okay. How are you going to get this paid off, or what do you want to tell me?
For one thing, I've been out here for 5 years. On the 26th of this month, I've been here living there for 5 years. Poor management since I've been there.
Pardon?
Poor management since I've been there. You know, they always behind in their files and this and that and that and this, and then your rent go up, they don't let you know. This stuff is adding. This stuff goes all the way from like 2 years from now.
So,
but I have to pay, even though, but I have to pay all of this. You know, it's making me look bad as a tenant.
Hold on. So, have you? Let's say over the past year, have you been paying your monthly rent?
Yeah.
Is that
on the paper, on this court stuff that's in these papers is not even accurate.
Okay, listen, I'll hear you. I just have to catch up because you guys have been living it. I was hearing it. So, have you seen the about the 530? Is that been about what your rent's been?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's been up and down. It was 800, then 6, then now it's 510.
On a research.
Yeah.
Right. Do you see that she's been making payments?
Your Honor, in the ledger that I have, which if there were any payments in January, Ms. Richardson might have to add those in. I have a $300 payment in December, a $400 payment in November.
What happened to January?
The ledger that I have, I don't know if our clerk might not have put the updated ledger in our.
Got it.
I mean,
that sounds about right. They don't never put nothing.
All right, listen.
I went through Hawk though, and Hawk had.
Okay, so when do you have an appointment with them?
I already went through them. I've already been approved for 3,000.
Your Honor, she is working with Alicia, and Alicia is waiting for a payment plan and writing from the landlord.
Which I've made with them.
So the caseworker needs a copy of that so she can understand how this balance
paid down.
And then I have, exactly. And then I also have 3 other agencies that's helping me with this, which is Peace Neighborhood Center, Friends Indeed, and Family Jewish.
Have they approved payments yet?
Nope. They waiting for my SCR, which I just got, and I got denied.
Okay.
So I'm in process of, this is all the writing right here, what I got to send them.
Okay. That's so, but you're saying there's a payment plan with the landlord?
Yes.
Do you have a copy of that?
No. It's hard to get in touch with them. You can call the door.
Okay, I hear that, but did you hear what she just indicated?
Mm-hmm.
What has to happen is this can be resolved. They're going to pay 3, but they're waiting on a copy of that payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
So that has to happen.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Your Honor, may I ask Ms. Richardson a question?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ms. Richardson, what was the payment plan?
The payment plan was for me to pay my rent, my normal rent every month, and $100 extra.
Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this out to the 16th, 12 noon. And then we need to get we need to get that sorted out if there's a payment plan in place, because then this can be resolved.
We'll
All right.
contact our client and hopefully we can get a conditional order of dismissal in place.
All right. Very good. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Court calls case of New Park Ridge Apartments versus Tanisha Browning.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
Nisha Browning.
Okay. And what's our claim on this case?
I have a balance from end of January of $6,764. It looks like rent is about $584.
About right for your rent?
Yeah, I just went to the office yesterday and I'm not working no more. So it should be zero rent.
At some point it's gonna get okay.
I'm working with Hawk right now.
Okay, so you've been in contact with Hawk. Have you had an appointment with them yet?
Yep, already have my appointment. They waiting to hear from the leasing office. The leasing office is never open. I have to go to it.
All right. I know.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to figure out, we'll figure out how to do that part of it. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out, you're with Hawk. Has there been any approval of anything?
Autumn is waiting on the other document.
Yeah.
And so
we don't have approval because we're waiting on documents from the landlord. Okay.
Yeah. I went to another complex to get in hold of the manager yesterday because our leasing office is always closed. So I have to go to a different complex that they work at to get a hold of them.
Your Honor, as far as the rental assistance, I did, Autumn from SOS emailed our office today. I was able to forward that to my client and they're going to get those landlord documents to our
2/16/24 at 12 noon. And what do you mean you had to?
My leasing office was closed yesterday, and the same people that work at my leasing office work at a different complex. So I know that. So I went there to sign papers yesterday.
They sent you to a different place.
To my recertification.
Got it. Okay.
And the papers that I did sign, it wasn't even New Park Ridge. It was Strong Future. So I took a picture of that. They had me sign my recertification for Strong Future and not New Park Ridge.
Are they connected? You're saying that, or you don't know?
It's the same management.
Same management company. Okay, but that can be confusing for folks.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll see you on the 16th.
Okay.
At noon. And then we'll see what we can come up with. All right. Thank you. Bridge versus Shaquanice White. Okay, I knew I was going to mess that up. You knew I was going to mess it up too. She was you were waiting to correct me.
It's been like this my whole life.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No.
Okay.
I scream at my mom all the time. She's like, people just don't know. Your name is uniquely beautiful. You should tell them.
Well, it is beautiful. I just mess it up.
I don't like it.
What's your name?
Shaquiz.
Shaquiz. Oh, yeah. That's exactly how it's spelled.
Yes.
I want to put another syllable in. All right. What's the claim in this case?
From the end of January 31st, I have a balance of $842.18.
What's your monthly rent, ma'am?
$0.
Okay, so we're stuck at that figure. And so how are you intending on getting this paid?
I'm not exactly sure right now, Judge Simpson. I just have like a couple questions maybe you can help me with answering. I don't know if this is even a time for too much legal advice. I guess.
Well, I can't give legal advice, but I can try to help you sort it out. Go ahead.
So the bill is from a window damage at the unit. I filed a police report in regards to, and I was told that I should not have been charged for this
window that was damaged as long as I had filed a police report. That takes time to get.
Okay, but when was the window damaged?
It was damaged around the time that the payments were assigned to be given. Not.
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How long have you been at zero?
Ever since I moved there, 5 years.
Okay. Okay. So basically you were fully subsidized.
Yes.
And then this thing clicks into your account.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but if it was an $842 window or not, but they're probably tacking late fees.
Yes. It was originally like $7, and then I paid $100 and.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I'm presuming council knows nothing about that.
I don't know about it. I do know that at least since November of 2022, I don't see that any late fees have been applied.
Okay.
So it might have, if there was anything before then, I don't know.
There wasn't anything before then. There should probably, more than likely, if there's any late fees that have occurred, that would be recent.
Okay. So I don't see any on the.
All right. So
I have the original quote from Henderson that they gave me and everything, which it was like only like 7 something. And then she forced me to like sign an agreement for a payment arrangement. And it sucked because it was like, you have to give me time to be able to.
Phrase.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But it was horrible because I really needed time to at least be able to provide proof that I filed a police report.
All right. Squeeze?
Yes. Okay.
Relax.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Nothing bad. I'm not gonna let anything bad happen. Not yet. Okay.
Okay.
You're good. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this out 2 weeks, let you investigate what that's for, and also under what theory they would have charged her for that in the first place. All right. Now, having said that, I'll tell you this, Ms. White.
Yes.
That if it is properly chargeable to your account, usually with leases where there's damage or there's other charges,
yes,
at some point those become rent. Okay, so it's treated just like rent that you would owe.
Yep.
Okay. And so let's try to dig down to the bottom of it, see what it is.
Okay.
See if you should have been charged for it. And if you should have been, then we'll figure out a way to try to get this paid.
Sounds great.
All right. So we'll see you February 16th.
Awesome.
2024 at 12 p.m.
Thank you, Doug.
And I will practice and I'll get your name right.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you. You have a blessed one.
You
Take
do
care,
the
guys.
same.
Yeah.
I should have not said that because I'm going to blow it and then she's going to yell at me. Old Town Realty versus Lakeisha Thomas,
Plaintiff?
as well as Jasmine Thomas. Hello.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon.
Afternoon. What's your name?
Lakeisha Thomas.
Thomas? All right. Let me just mark me. Okay, and what's plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, plaintiff is, there's a current balance, including court costs, of $12,246.
Ma'am, what do you have to say about that?
I'm not so sure about it being 12,000. I could have swore it was 6,000 and then 9,000 in February was posted.
I'm sorry?
I was not familiar with 12,000 for the total.
Okay. I had at the January, the last hearing, it was about 9,500. So how much is your monthly rent?
27.
Because that's going to be about right.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because February has clicked in. So, all right. So how are you intending on getting this paid if you were, ma'am?
So we have applied for state emergency relief and we will be applying for Hawk. We'll make a $3,000 payment by the 10th.
So you're gonna pay 3,000 on the by February 10th. Now you contacted Hawk.
We have been contacting Hawk. We got the information yesterday or the other day from the social worker.
Did they give you an appointment?
No, not yet.
Well, that's unusual. They would have given you an appointment if you had gone through that. Are you sure you contacted Hawk?
That's the information that we received from the social worker.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me here. You were working through somebody to contact Hawk?
Department of Human Health Services.
Okay.
They sent a email with some other housing of people that could help.
Okay. Okay, so their list is gonna be, they're gonna have a number of stuff on their list. Did you contact a number that would have ended in 1999? Do you know?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so you did contact Hawk.
Yes.
And what is Hawk waiting on to determine whether or not they
we have not been able to get in touch with them. We just got the information.
Okay, so you haven't been able to get through to somebody at Hawk. Amy, how can we rectify that?
I'd be happy to meet with her.
Okay.
I'd like some clarification. However, were you able to speak to a live person?
No.
Or did you leave a
we left a message
or call back?
Yep, myself and the social worker.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so that's what you meant by the social worker.
Waiting, I'd like to meet back there and maybe I can get in touch with the supervisor.
Okay.
You'll do that? Okay, here's what I'll do. I'll adjourn you out to the 16th at 12 noon. All right, you're gonna pay the 3,000 on the 10th. And then that'll take the balance down a little bit. Well, it would take February plus the balance down. You're gonna wait, talk to Hawk, get that started. And you did an SER?
Yes, we did.
When did
we
you
turned
do
in the
that?
documentation on Wednesday?
So you did it? Okay.
No, we did it.
Do you have the tracking number?
Yes.
Okay, so here's a form. I need you to fill that form out and just get it back to my bailiff so we have that in the file.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Your Honor.
Court calls the case Strong Future Homes versus Charles Ellison.
Did you say Jamie? Oh,
pardon? No, I said Charles Ellison.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. What's your name? Charles Ellison. I hope so. All right. Okay. What's the claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have a balance before February rent is added of $737. It looks like
made a payment from the last time.
Rent is actually I don't know what rent is.
What's your monthly rent? Zero. You're at zero. Okay. So
got 300 a day. I pay it out.
Hold on. Say again. You start talking fast. Go ahead. What?
I want to get it over with.
I know. Me too. So how are you gonna get this paid?
I'm gonna pay 300 today.
Today.
And I have it paid out by March 5th.
By what?
March 5th.
Okay, then. Oh, I see what you're saying. Because your rent's zero, you're not gonna. Well, I don't know what you want to do. Want me to put it over to 16, see if we can do a conditional order dismissal on it, or?
Your Honor, I could do it if Your Honor would allow us. I could do a consent judgment that would be set aside once it's paid.
You have a problem with that, sir?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Okay, there'd be a judgment that for the amount that's here, it would just indicate that you're going to pay what your payment plan is, basically. And that once you pay it off, they'll set the judgment aside and you're done.
Okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yes.
All right. And what I will do, I'll do it by no tribal issue. No tribal issue after hearing. for the $737 inclusive of cost, judgment for possession, judgment to be set aside after payment. You said March 5th, you think? Okay. After payment of balance by, I'm going to say March 8th, that Friday. So in case something happens. Because you look like the kind of guy stuff happens. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Stuff happens.
It just happens. All right.
Do I pay that here or to the?
I'll pay it to the complex.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Court does call the case of Strong Future Homes versus Faith Williams. Faith Williams? Okay, there you are. Okay. Hello, what's your name?
Faith Williams.
All right. You applied for an SER?
Yes.
Okay, there's a form we're going to need you to fill out. I think we've got some of your information. We do have a tracking number.
I've also applied with senior housing.
Okay.
And housing access, which they couldn't get me an appointment until the 27th of February.
Okay, Hawk. Housing access.
I don't know who they call, but it said housing access.
Yeah, that's
okay.
It. Okay. What's the claim in this case?
I have a total balance from January of $3,609. If rent holds steady at $503, that would put the total at $4,112 for February.
Okay. Well, because she filed that, she's going to file that. She's entitled to the stay to the 16th in any event.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
I heard you give another court date of the 23rd that was later in time.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that day, what day is that? Are they all on Fridays?
They're all on Fridays.
Okay, is it possible I could do that day? Because right now I've missed dialysis.
Oh,
and
okay.
Dialysis.
Hold on. Yeah, well, what time's your diet? Do you do it every week?
I do it every week.
Okay.
And I get out about 12:05.
Okay, so you go in the morning, you get out at 12:05.
Yes.
Okay.
I've missed dialysis twice.
Ma'am, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 23rd. Okay?
Okay.
And we'll do that at 1 p.m.
Okay.
And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Do not miss dialysis.
I had to be here, so I didn't have
No,
way.
just listen to me. If that ever comes about where we set your time at a time and you have dialysis or something like that, you get right to my office or get to the plaintiff's office. We'll take care of that. You go take care of you.
Okay.
You hear me?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Nothing that's going to happen here is more important than you. So that should not even be an issue or something you got to debate to do.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to put it over to the 23rd at 1 p.m. She's entitled to that first day. We'll see what answers are there. You've got an appointment on the 27th?
27th at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Are you going to be able to pay anything before the 23rd, you think?
I'll know by Monday.
Okay. You don't know how much, but you're going to be able to pay something.
Yeah.
Okay. Because your check is coming in on Monday. The 5th.
No, I borrowed some money from family because I don't have no other way to do it. And I don't know exactly what they're going to be able to give me until Monday.
All right. I'll just indicate you're going to pay something by Monday. All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No, not really, because I'll be just getting out of that. Is this paper for me, this loose one?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'll need you to.
I'll be just getting out of dialysis. And
would it be easier for you to appear via Zoom?
No.
Or come here?
Come here because my dialysis place is like right here at St. Joe.
Okay, all right. Okay. Well, I'll be happy to see you.
I just want to say she does dialysis 3 days a week, not just once.
Not just one, but the Friday is one of them that she, okay, got it. Thank you. Court does call the case of Joseph Gatto versus Jeanette Sparks. Yes. And also Lisa Heron Gatto.
The same.
All right.
Joe Lloyd, Your Honor, appearing on behalf of the plaintiffs.
Your name?
Javette Starks.
All right. Where are we on this case, folks?
Your Honor, we were here last week. I've gotten some proof of payment of the security deposit, so that the ledger we had, subtract 1,500. Of course, it's February 1st, and so 1,500 goes back. I am told there is an attorney, but the promise of an attorney is not an attorney. So we'll see what happens.
It's a gentleman in Milan that legal aid had me contact. I just can't remember his name right now. But I'm supposed to meet with him beginning of next week.
But it's not an attorney?
He's an attorney.
Oh, I was making a joke, Your Honor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I often tell my clients that the promise of money is not money.
Yeah.
And
okay, so you're meeting with them next week?
Monday. Last week I was supposed to pay this month's rent. I have 3 jobs. I get paid Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. So I kept $20 out of my check I got today, and I deposited it in escrow. And I have.
How much did you put in this?
500.
Okay.
And then Monday I should have another 500, and hopefully Tuesday I'll have the last for the 1,500 for February's rent. But then that's before the 7th, so it wouldn't be late.
Close.
Yes.
Not late.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys want me to do? Adjourn it out?
Well, Your Honor, if there's an attorney going to be helping, I'd really like to get that started, and I'd like to get a written answer. I've seen a bunch of sort of receipts, but I don't know what they're for. I don't know what the claim is.
Right.
So, could we schedule essentially a pretrial for next Friday?
Next Friday is not available. I can give you. I can do a 1 o'clock next Friday. Right?
Yes.
Okay. I can give you next Friday if you want.
Okay. Well, whatever. I mean, I don't. No. I'm just trying to keep it moving.
Yes.
To get an attorney.
Right. If there's going to be somebody representing you, there's going to need to be an answer, and I don't want this to get out too far. So I'll adjourn this to February 9th, 2024 at 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Yep.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And hope we'll be more close to on time.
We're making progress.
Yes. All right. Thank you, sir. Court calls the case Whitaker Oaks versus Carol Christensen. And also, yes, you're right. And Julie Christensen.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Representing the plaintiff.
Hello, your name?
Julie Christensen.
All right. And where are we now on this case?
Your Honor, the chance to speak to Ms. Christensen. It sounds as if she's waiting for a call back from Hawk. She's also reached out to several other relief organizations. She requested a little bit more time in order to effectuate some sort of assistance. We are sympathetic to her situation, so we're amenable to putting this to the 16th.
All right. Will that work for you, ma'am? All right. I think you have dialysis also, correct, on that day. What's his time?
It would be 1 o'clock.
It'd be 1. Will that work for you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In this courtroom?
Pardon?
This courtroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Hold it. Hang on. 16. Hold on a second, ma'am.
Third and 11.
It's at 11. What time is your dialysis?
6 to 11.
6 to 11? Okay, so his block is 11 that they're going to put him over to.
Correct.
All right. So here's what I'll do on yours. I'll set yours at noon. All right. Your other ones will be at 11. We'll split it. Sorry about that. All right. So I'll adjourn it to February 16th, 2024 at noon. Okay, ma'am. You're welcome. You do the same, sir. Rose Community versus Susan Edwards.
Jackie Snyder, on our behalf of Mark Bonneberry, Your Honor. Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
And Susan Edwards is here also.
Okay. Hello, ma'am.
I do need a sidebar on this one. As attention to publicly broadcasting that might.
Pardon?
I need a sidebar on this one, as I don't want to broadcast what's going on in her unit.
Okay.
It gives me cause to concern.
With her also present?
It's okay if she's present or however you want to do that. I just.
Well, I wouldn't want an ex parte communication.
The interwebs with your vast reach.
Okay, let me do this, ma'am. Let me pass your case. Let me pass that case for a moment. We're going to get my other iPad set up.
Okay.
Rose Community Management versus Carolyn Lee. Oh, she's here. Okay.
Jackie Snyder Powder for the plaintiff.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
What's your name?
Carolyn Lee.
All right. Where are we on this?
This would be her motion to set aside the.
Here's a call. All right. Ma'am, what's your basis for setting that you wish to set aside?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you said your good cause for failing to appear is that you were on Zoom, but the court could not see you or hear you.
I said, how you doing, to the other guy, the other judge.
Right.
Who was it, you?
It wasn't me.
No, it was the other one. I said, how you doing, Judge? It's Carolyn Lee. I'm here. And he said something. And then some lady, I guess, must have cut it off. Because I know he heard me. And then she said, I owe, what'd you say, 4,000 something? She said 4,000 some odd dollars. I'm like, oh, 4,000. The paper sell 3,000 some odd dollars.
Yeah,
but you said 4,000.
I did on accident.
Yes, you did.
I corrected it in the judgment. Mistake.
And the lady in the office corrected. Because I went down there and I told her, I can add too. 4,000 is a whole $1,000. They trying to put in their pocket. Let's just say that. Let's get to the point. But that's not right. The place is a mess. All these management.
All right, good.
I have $550 right now. I'm going to put it in the money order.
Pardon?
$550. I'm going to put it in the money order. I'm going to take it to the office. That's if they accept it. If they don't accept it.
Okay. So the judgment amount, ma'am, was for $3,591.
$2,591.
Right.
And I guess next month I got a date with Hawk on the.
Pardon?
I got a date with Hawk on the 20th.
On the what? What day?
February 20th.
So you have a date. So February 20th, you are meeting with Hawk. Okay. And counsel, I said I'd put him out to the 16th, but this one almost makes sense to put it on the 23rd.
Yeah, if we could. Well, I mean, Miss Hines would be in a similar predicament as her Hawk thing is not until the 5th of March.
Of March, right, but
I know she already logged on.
yeah. We have though, Miss Hines.
I can pick up her contact.
Yeah, you can yell for Miss Hines.
Okay, can we just, I'm gonna put your cases to the 23rd. I don't want to kick them into the next month or say I'm gonna kick them into next month. So we'll move Ms. Hines' case. And then what I'll do on this one, since you have a Hawk appointment on the 20th. And you're gonna pay to the landlord how much?
550.
500, you're gonna pay that today?
Yes.
Okay, 500, pay 500. Pardon?
Can we do it as an escrow?
You want it, well, if the problem's gonna be is that if you already have the money order.
No, I'm going to get it.
Okay, do you have cash? Is it cash that you have, the 500? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to post that in escrow with the court.
Thank you.
And so go to the money machine and take it to that front window.
Yes, get 500 in cash and bring it to the window. And then that way we'll have it logged.
And then we could set up a monthly.
Yes.
Okay, because her monthly, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Lee, I have is $539 a month as your rent.
No.
What's your rent then?
It changed every month. So I really don't know.
This is the latest ledger that I got yesterday.
It seemed like I've been in the office, seemed like every month they change.
Now, hold on, Miss Lee.
Oh, sorry.
It reflects 539 for the past, it's like, since October.
Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to adjourn this out to the 23rd, 2024 at 2 p.m.
Is the other one at 2 p.m. too, Henry?
Yes. Yes, it would be. And then you're going to put 500 into escrow today with the court.
Okay.
And then that certainly actually would cover her February if I were to order escrow today. And then I'm going to order escrow in the amount of $539 per month. So if this goes into March, you're going to have to put $539 into the court account. Okay. We'll let the 500 cover her February.
Did you want the totals as of today?
Pardon?
Did you want the totals as of
Yes.
Okay. So including February rent, it is $3,979 for the total rental amount. Costs of $164 for a total of $4,143.
Okay. And then I'm going to adjourn to the 23rd, your motion to set aside the judgment. So I'm not setting aside the judgment at this time. I want you to have your appointment with Hawk, see what they can help you with, and then I'll rule on the motion. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Rose Community versus Larry Reed.
Jack Snyder Huddar for the plaintiff, Your Honor. Sorry, doesn't hear.
Larry Reed.
And I've had no update as to what's going on with him from
Pardon?
I've had no update besides updated ledger. I've had no update as to what's going on with him. I know that there was some applications that he needed to do as well as a PD, but other than that, Your Honor, I was not updated regarding him. So I don't.
Okay. Do you wish to take a default then?
Yes.
All right. Raise your right hand. Sorry. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
His claim in this case?
The claim in this case is a non-payment of rent. There's a past due, including February rent, of $1,888. Court costs of $164 or a total of $2,044. I don't have a default with me today because I assumed he was going to be here. So if I could draft that and send it over to the.
Yes, that's fine. Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue, 10 days. Rose Community Management versus Jackie Smith.
Jackie Snyder on behalf of the plaintiff. So this case, she hasn't appeared this time.
Yes.
This is a case in which, is that her daughter?
Cassandra.
No, she's the tenant in the next block.
Oh,
okay.
I saw Smith and I was like,
Yeah, that's what I was. Okay.
So we didn't get a default before because Adult Protective Services was getting involved. And as my client testified last week or spoke last week, she believes that Aquaman is going to pay for it. Apparently Adult Protective Services has been out to the unit. I don't know what they're going to do Thursday, but they're not. And they gave me contact information, but didn't tell me to call. So this is where I'm at. I don't know what Your Honor wants to do. David didn't say anything to Ms. Cicero about their intentions or plans. This is the third hearing that he has failed to appear. I know there's severe issues.
Wow.
And
yeah.
I know that Ms. Cicero was saying that while Adult Protective Services has been into her unit, she has not talked to her about things. So that's where we're at. I should say rationally talk to her about things.
Right.
At the time of where my client indicated that she believed Aquaman was going to pay her rent.
Why don't I do this?
I don't know how Atlantis would work.
Pardon?
I don't know how Atlantis Gold would work with our currency, but it doesn't seem likely. Sorry, you're just.
What I'll do is I'll allow you to take a judgment, but what I will do is I will indicate no writ without a hearing.
Okay.
On it. So go ahead.
Okay. You may put the terms on?
Yes. No, you're good for the whole day.
The rental amount owed is $2,382. Cost is $164 for a total of $2,546.
All right. Grant judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount in the amount requested. With a writ, I'll say a writ in 10 days, but then I'll indicate no writ without a hearing.
And Your Honor, I'll draft that and email it over to you.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Got it.
And then my last
what was it charged?
It's 11%.
Yeah, let me. I have to step off, but
Yeah.
okay, the recall, here's what I'm going to do, counsel. Let me get these other folks moving and then I'll recall that case.
Okay.
Pines of Clover Lane versus Juan Brown.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Over 83143 for the plaintiff.
Good afternoon. Your name, sir?
Juan Brown.
All right. What's plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, this is a non-payment of rent case. Right now, inclusive of February rent, I'm showing a balance of $5,864.67. Cost $176.04 for a total of $6,040.71.
Sir, how do you intend on getting this paid?
Well, we went through DHS, me and my wife.
Okay.
So like November, I've been getting like disability, but my short term stopped in November. So I'm waiting for like paperwork from my doctors and my physical therapy so they can process my long term. But we went through DHS and we had to get a new manager because the first lady, she wouldn't go by what we was doing. So the lady, we got her like Tuesday. So she said give her 8 days to process whatever she got to process. We went through what you call SOS and HALT, but they wait for a denial from DHS first. But DHS said they gave us 8 days, so we got to go through DHS first to see what they're gonna do to pay whatever they pay.
Did you have an appointment with Hawk?
No, I went through my DHS. She gave us all this through DHS. She gave us she said 8 days. She said if we get denied,
then we'll go through Hawk and SOS.
That's how it works. Did you call Hawk?
No.
Why not?
I went through my caseworker. We got a new caseworker Tuesday. So we sent her all our paperwork.
Or no, at DHS. My question is why you didn't call Hawk?
I'm waiting for my DHS caseworker. She told me 8 days to see if they approve us to help us with our rent.
When do you have your DHS tracking number even?
Man, I mean, I'm going through with my wife, man. I don't.
Okay, but I need a DHS.
Do we got a tracking? No.
Okay.
She did this. We talked to her. We got a new caseworker Tuesday. So we had to hand all our paper.
Your caseworker at DHS.
Yes.
Okay.
For because she paid our DTE. So I mean our DTE was approved. So we wait for them to approve for our rent. That's what I'm saying. For the payment of our rent.
Okay. I hear everything that you're saying. What I don't get is why you didn't call Hawk yourself, because you've now been in the courtroom twice.
Just a second time.
I said it's twice. And the number is given to you to call for assistance. And nobody called for assistance. I also you'd be entitled to a stay of the proceedings if there's a tracking number that I have or some proof that you've applied for assistance, but I don't even have that right now.
What I got to do? I mean, let me know what I got to do, because I went through my DHS. We did all our paperwork, everything we had to do. We filled all that stuff out.
Do you have a copy of it?
She didn't give me none because it was Tuesday.
You know what? Don't yell at me. I'm trying to help you out. Listen to me. I can't grant a stay if I don't have a tracking number to show that you applied for assistance. You haven't called.
I haven't called Hawk. No.
And the problem is the rent's at $6,000. Counsel, are you expected back like on the 16th? Because if you have cases that may be set here on the 9th, the second date would be the 16th anyway. But
on the 9th. I'm not showing so far that we have any cases on the 16th.
Got it. Amy.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, are they all with you? Those are your little ones. They live with you? You just keep them.
Your Honor, I've noticed that folks that are doing their SCR applications in person with their DHS, that tracking number, it's not being translated. So it would be something that perhaps he can reach out to his caseworker to grant to them. The folks that have been doing it in person on paper is what I've come across. Those that do it online, that confirmation email pops up right away And so it's been easier for them to fulfill that request. It seems to me that people don't know to ask for it on both sides, the ones that's helping them and the ones that are asking.
I get it. Council, here's what I'm going to do, and I may be doing it over plaintiff's objection. That'd be noted on the record. I'm going to adjourn it out to the 16th. At what time are these?
1 p.m.
At 1 p.m. You need to get to your caseworker. Can you give him a rental assistance form? You need to get a tracking number, put it on that form with that information, get that back to the court.
Okay.
You understood what I said?
So I get it to my caseworker, right? And
no. Go to your caseworker. They have a tracking number for your application.
Right.
Put that tracking number on that form and bring that form back to the court.
Okay. All right.
Amy, can you take a moment and talk to them about what assistance is available? Because this is going to become a disaster quick.
Yes.
You're going to go talk to this individual, Amy. She's going to provide you with direction and some assist or some other agencies that may be able to assist you. Understood?
Yes.
You follow her instructions. Am I clear?
Yes, clear.
Thank you.
A couple of things. Just
yeah.
Note my objection, and then if that is our only case on that date, are we able to appear by Zoom for that?
Absolutely, counsel. Absolutely, and I'll give you the form just to, even if it's not, you can use this form and fill it out. You don't have to.
Thank you.
I mean, it's nice seeing you in person, but
It's been a few years.
yes, it has. I had to look. I had to take a double look for a second. I said, "Is that?" Yeah, because usually you're up here on a box someplace.
Yes, I am.
All right.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend.
You do the same. Susan, is it Lasowick versus William Lasowick? I messed it up, didn't I? Your name?
Susan Lesowick.
Say it again.
Susan Lesowick.
Lesowick. I'm putting the emphasis in the wrong spot. Got it. Okay. And from Lesowick. His ride canceled. He can't find anyone else. He's requesting an adjournment, but also said that an agreement was made with his mom, and she is already here at the court.
We've had, may I explain?
Yes.
This has been going on with my son. Obviously, this is extremely difficult for me to even be in this position with him. This has been going on since August, where I sold the home, the family home that I lived in with my two sons to my youngest daughter. She was supposed to take possession on November 1st. I told my son that we needed to be moved out, excuse me, initially by September 30th. He said that wouldn't give him enough time. He needed an additional some time. I said, okay, let me give you till the end of October. So that came and went, nothing happened. I redrafted the agreement with my daughter, extended it out. He was supposed to move out by December 30th. December 30th, like at the 11th hour, he was still not moved, had moved some things, but not all things. So my entire family came over to help him move things. And he said, I still have things there. I need to be able to get my personal belongings, which of course I want him to have. But I'm between a rock and a hard place here where my daughter needs to move in. She's purchased the home for her family and she needs to move in and he needs to move. So there's this situation here. So I would like him to be able to get his things, but we don't have an agreement. We had an agreement prior to this, but we do not currently have an agreement. I offered, after we had our Zoom meeting last week, I looked up and read about the conditional dismissal and I brought that up to him and then he didn't say anything. Today, when I was driving here, he did call me and say he wasn't going to make it. And I told him about that dismissal. And I said, that's something we could have talked about because we didn't want to get to this point. We talked about, we did not want to get here at all. This our family. So I'm not really sure what Your Honor would like to do. I feel like he needs a date, a firm date that he has to be moved out by, and it needs to be fair and reasonable.
This is why I'm not a mom.
It's horrible. Horrible.
Just other reasons, but this is the reason why I'm not a mom. Okay.
On the phone, he said something. I said, how much time do you need? Earlier. How much time? I said, because when I ask you, all you tell me is, I'm moving things every day. Yada. I said, I need a date. He said, well, if you could work with me and give me until like the second week of March. I think that's a little too long at this point. He's already had time. In fairness, like I said, my daughter needs to move in. So I don't know what's fair and reasonable. Would it be another 30 days? I don't know.
I got you. I do not envy your position.
I know.
Okay. So he's not here. So what can happen is I can enter a default judgment. And you'd have to fill out the paperwork. I'd sign off on it. The normal, what we call a writ date, or the normal date that he would have to move by would be 10 days from today.
Yeah, he couldn't get out in that time.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not giving legal advice here, but you can extend that without having to come back to court as to when you would request that you'd file an order of eviction. You can extend that basically 56 days from the day I sign the judgment. Now, here's what that does for you, I think. You're negotiating between your children, right? Not an enviable place to be. But the problem is that on the one side, you've got this urgency with your daughter moving her family in. On the other side, quite frankly, other than what might be his disappointment or something like that, he has no urgency. Right?
True.
So best thing to do is you create urgency on both sides. Your daughter already has it. If I grant you the judgment and then you're picking the date, right? Because now and I get you're trying to be fair because I get it. But then you're able to say, here it is. This is the date. The judgment would read 10 days from today. So if you get it filled out and you get it into us, it would be the 12th, right? Is that a holiday?
19th is a holiday.
Right. So it would be the 12th. But then you would have the ability to say, okay, you could even file what's called the order of eviction after the judgment, after the 12th. And that would just sit there until you decide to execute on it. That creates some urgency for him to move. Make sense to you?
Yes. So if I did that, that would again be like a 10-day thing at that point for the eviction, if we had to come here?
He's operating at that point on borrowed time.
Okay.
Okay. So if I give you the judgment and then you file what's called the writ or the order for eviction, and I sign off on that, then he's operating on borrowed time. Okay. And then you can just begin to, not that you want to be in that position, but you can then just begin to dictate the terms.
Okay.
I think that's what you want to do. Right?
Thank you.
So let's do it this way. And you're still the owner of the premises?
Yes, sir.
All right. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to be testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. State your name again for the record.
Susan Lesowick.
And you're the owner of the premises in question here.
Yes. Well, technically, my daughter has purchased it, so.
Okay. Now we got a problem.
Oh, she's here.
Oh, she's here. Come on up.
Hello,
Hello. Your name?
Laura Lesowick.
Okay. The other side of mom's problem.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you wouldn't know they are mother and daughter, would you? Would you raise your right hand? Let's try to make sure we do this right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right. You are now the owner of the premises. Is that correct?
Correct.
And there is no lease agreement or any other type of agreement for William Russell Lesowick to reside in that premises. Is that correct? Basically all I need. Court will grant a judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for termination of tenancy. No redemption amount. Writ would issue in 10 days. All right. Do they have the form? They have the forms out for it, right?
Yes.
All right. The judgment forms. So, all right. I'm going to hold the file. Go down to the front counter. Let them know. Would you let them know they're on their way down and that the type of judgment that they need? There's a judgment the clerks will give you. You'll need to fill that judgment out. Bring it here. I'll make sure it's signed today before you guys leave out of here. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
This is BTP River Woods, man, versus Cassandra Smith. What's happening now there?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Cheryl Wuckoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Cassandra Smith.
Hi.
Hello.
Cassandra Smith. Hello.
All right, this is a termination.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Smith, what's your position on this termination of tenancy?
Your Honor, it looks like Mr. Santa Croce's here, and I
Oh,
hoping
are they
could be
here
in
on her behalf?
person, so
Yes,
I can
Your
talk
Honor.
to him.
Oh, I have that. I don't. Okay, I see it. It was on my other sheet, not put on the other one. My apologies. All right, go ahead, you guys. You guys have your routine.
All right. Hi, Your Honor. I'm Kyung Lee, a student attorney from the University of Michigan Law School Civil Criminal Litigation Clinic, and I'm requesting permission for myself and my co-counsel, student attorney Zahan Ma, to practice under Michigan Court Rule 8.120. We're under the supervision of David Santa Croce, whose P number is P61367.
Permission to practice is granted.
Thank you. So we don't have an answer to the complaint ready today because we connected with our client yesterday to better understand her situation, but we'll file one early next week, and we've already filed for an appearance and a jury demand. As you mentioned, we're dealing here today with a termination case, and our client denies the alleged conduct, and we have identified several defenses and counterclaims. First off, we believe that retaliatory action has taken place here because our client has been raising issues of water damage and mold in her apartment since January of last year. And she's raised this on numerous occasions with the landlord, but they have yet to resolve this issue. We also think—
Your Honor, if they're filing, excuse me, but if they're filing an answer and they're asking for, time to file an answer, I'm not sure what we're doing here, respectfully, because, if the court's going to allow them time, if they're going to answer the complaint right now, I'm all for it. They can answer it on the record. Otherwise, I don't know.
All right. What date can you have an answer to us? And counterclaim.
Early next week.
Tuesday. You want me to pick a date?
Tuesday at the latest, likely Monday.
All right. I'll give you till Wednesday because I'm a nice guy.
Thank
So
you, Judge
file it by the
Simpson.
7th. File an answer by February 7th, 2024. I will, my next date, well, my next date is the 16th, or I could put you in on the 9th in the afternoon if you need to be heard by then. But if there's a counterclaim, you're going to need time to answer in any respect. Right. So then I'll adjourn this matter to February 16th, 2024 at 2 p.m.
I would request everyone's here in person. It's so much easier if we're all here in person.
All right. I will direct that all parties appear in person.
Okay.
Including counsel.
So that, Your Honor, that would mean the rest of us. So we have cases smattered throughout the day. Like this is my third appearance over 5 hours. So that means we're likely to see the same thing that Friday. So, I mean, basically that means the day there for 3 hearings because they're grouped appropriately by the plaintiff.
What are you trying to tell me? You don't want to come in person?
Well, I started at 9 this morning. I signed on at 8:45 this morning. I would have to keep going back and forth to get students and be there. I mean, basically.
No, I got you. But I think counsel makes a good point on some of these termination cases that it may be better to do it that way. Let's try it, see how it works. If you have a problem.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we appear on the morning cases virtually and come in. I don't want to.
No, that's fine. We could do that because this one's not until the afternoon.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Your Honor, the one other thing is, so there's conditions and a park forest issue here. So if we're going to go 2 weeks, could we get permission for counsel to share information on those? Like, we don't understand what the conduct is. We need maintenance records. It's been a significant issue. You know, they've collected rent through January. And the notice expired in December.
Mr. Santa Croce, if you want to call me, I'm happy to talk to you and give you whatever you need. Okay. Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you then.
Your Honor, I have 2 o'clock Zoom hearings, so I'm going to just let you know that.
You have 2 o'clock.
Yeah, but they don't start till 2:10, so.
And, Arbor One West, we'll do it like we did last time.
Thank you.
Arbor One West versus Rico McGuire.
For the record, Your Honor, Cheryl Walkoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Name? Rico McGuire. Okay, and where are we on this one?
Your Honor, this case has been adjourned a few times. The defendant was required to pay $613.84 in escrow, which he did. Last week, you asked him to pay $400 into escrow. He's indicated to me, you can come on up, that he did.
He did do that.
Okay, so at this juncture, we have February rent. So the total amount due is $3,771.84.
3,000, give me that number.
$3,771.84.
And that's after you take off?
I did not take off.
Okay, what's posted? Okay, all right, real good.
Which is essentially $1,000.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,100. We got 1,100. Sir, how are you intending on getting this paid?
I paid the little money that I was supposed to, and I talked to the Hawk lady, and she said they was gonna pay the rest.
Amy?
Your Honor, it's like $2,000 was requested yesterday on behalf of him. He's supposed to pay $400 today.
Yes.
And February is due.
Well, the 3,771.84, that includes your February, right?
Yes, it does. So
3,711 or 3,771.84, and I have How much do I have in? I should have 1,073. Pardon?
1,074.
Gotcha. So that cancels me out there. And they were gonna pay 2,000? So, yeah. That's it, right? So what? So I'm 698 short. So when do you think you can get to 698?
Next week,
Next week, what day?
Friday.
Okay. I don't have a date till the 16th, but he's putting in good faith. They've got the 2. I'm going to put it over to the 16th.
Okay.
Get this done. So I'm just going to make it $700. I need $700 into court escrow.
Okay.
What date can you get that 700 in?
Hopefully Friday, next Friday.
You can get the whole thing, you think, next Friday? All right. Now I'm going to say 700 in court escrow by the 9th. Then I'll adjourn this matter to the 16th at 2 p.m. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you'll be all straight. You get that. You're welcome. I didn't think you'd do it the first time I saw you, but you're all right. I'm messing with you.
Can I run and do this?
Yes, you can go
Okay,
right ahead
I'm
and
sorry.
do that.
Thank you.